Hello everyone and welcome. We're here in Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed under the guidance of Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him and protect him and heal him always. And this is a brand new start, brand new day. Today is actually Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is a new beginning. And we didn't give classes in a while due to different circumstances. And now we want to jump right back into it, B'ezrat Hashem. So, we usually start off with Rabbi Nachman's stories. Today, since we're speaking about the idea of renewal, I thought to say something about this season, this time of year. We're coming out of the high holidays, and the way things are set up is that each week we have a Torah portion, and we finish the Torah, the whole 5 books of Moses, on the last day of Sukkot, which is called Simchat Torah, or Shemini Atzeret. And we start again right away. We start again, Parashat Bereshit, and we move right along through the story of creation, and Noach, and our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. So, a lot of the rabbis teach us that there is a connection between the beginning of the Torah and the end of the Torah. It's just one big constant flow. And what we end off with is the same idea as the beginning. So let's try to understand, what do we start off with, what do we end with, and what is the connection? So the beginning we know, might be familiar with these words, Bereshit bara Elokim. In the beginning of time, Hashem created the heaven and the earth. If you take the words Bereshit bara Elokim, the last letters spells out the word emet, which means truth. For Hashem's signature, the way Hashem signs his name off, is with emet, with truth. That's why it's the end letters of Bereshit. We have the Taf, Bara, you have the Aleph, and Elokim, you have the Mem, which is Elokim, which spells out emet. If you look at the end of the story, what the Torah finishes off with, it's saying over the things and the great things that Moshe, our leader, Moshe Rabbeinu, did for us throughout the desert. And the last thing that he is, so to speak, praised with is that Asher asa Moshe le'enei bnei Yisrael, that which Moshe did in front of the eyes, in front of the Jewish nation. Which Rashi tells us, this is speaking about the Egel, when they made a golden calf and Moshe had to take the luchot and he broke them. It's a little bit weird. We're ending off the Torah. We should end it off on maybe a little bit of a nicer note. Maybe say, wow, Moshe took us out of Egypt. He gave us the Torah on Har Sinai. No, the last thing we finish off the Torah with is that they made an idol. First of all, that itself is a hard thing that's how we end off the Torah. And second of all, what does it have to do with the creation of the world? So, if we go back in time when Hashem wanted to create the world, came forth the trait of truth. The angel of truth, who is called Emet, came forward before Hashem and he said, Hashem, how can you create the Jewish people? How can you create mankind, not only Jewish people? Mankind and the human, they're going to sin. They're going to do the wrong things. They're going to go after their bad habits. They're going to live lives of sheker, of falsehood, of lies. We're not such good people sometimes. But Hashem said, I'm not listening to you. He said he took the trait of emet and he threw it to the ground. That's what the words say. It says, Batishlich emet arza. Hashem threw emet to the ground. For Hashem's real truth is so deep that even the angels cannot understand these things. They can't understand why Hashem created us. Why do you create people? Why do you create us? We also sometimes look at ourselves and we look at ourselves really, really, truly looking at ourselves with truth. We're not trying to fluff it up and we're not trying to make ourselves look any other way but the truth. You stop and you look at yourself with eyes of truth and you say, I'm a sinner, right? I have such bad habits. I have bad impulses. Might even fall to despair, depression. We could even, heaven forbid, come to these feelings or even say it, that Hashem hates me. Just look at my life. It's so messed up. Look, it's the truth. It's the honest truth. But this is not the real truth. That might be the truth the way the angel looks at truth. The way Hashem looks at truth is not so. Take the truth that you know, that you think is true, and throw it to the ground like Hashem does. Throw it away. Moshe Rabbeinu, he's the tzaddik, he tries to emulate Hashem. This is the tzaddikim, they're close to Hashem, they copy Hashem, they go in Hashem's ways. And he came down from the mountain, from Har Sinai, with the luchot. He's about to bring them the Torah. And he sees that they're sinning. They're serving idols. They're serving a golden calf. The nation that saw Hashem, I said, wow, this is Hashem. They were able to, so to speak, point. And they said, Zeh keli v'anvehu. This is my God. Moshe's holding here, could only imagine, he's holding the Torah that says one who serves the idol deserves the death penalty. He's holding this Torah in his hand. You know what Moshe does? He takes this Torah and he throws it to the ground. Because the Torah that's going to break you is not Torah. The Torah is here to build us up. The Torah here is to bring us closer to Hashem. The Torah is here to tell us that you have hope, that there's still hope for you, and that Hashem always loves you. And that's what Moshe Rabbeinu took. And this could be the connection between the beginning, the first story, where Hashem had to take truth and throw it to the ground. This is Moshe. He had to take the Torah, which is truth. The Torah is emet. Torah Moshe emet. Moshe's Torah is true. Why? Because it's Moshe's Torah. He took this Torah that said, yes, we served idols, but we still have hope, because there's a mercy and there's a kindness and there's a love that Hashem has that no one could understand. Not the angels, not the people closest to Hashem. Only Hashem himself understands this. Because a Torah like this that says that I'm a failure must be destroyed. Because no matter where we are, Hashem loves us and is always ready to accept that teshuvah. This was the great accomplishment of Moshe, and that's why the Torah ends off with this idea that Moshe Rabbeinu, he broke the luchot, which seems a little bit funny. We're ending off the Torah with the fact that the Jews sinned and they created a golden calf. Yes. Why? Because that brought about a love that Hashem loves us, and he gave us the luchot again, a second time. Now, what does this have to do with us? We all have times where we're struggling, especially now. We're coming out of the high holidays, out of Sukkot, and now we're getting back into the day-to-day life. Until Hanukkah, it's like very dark. Hanukkah is the first time of light, the Sephardim teach us, in the whole year. Yes, we have Shabbat, of course, there's always opportunities for light. But this is a time that's a struggle, and there's going to be a battle, and there's going to be darkness. And the question is, how are we going to stay holding on? Are we going to say that I'm a failure? Am I going to say that I'm a sinner? Am I going to say that I can never get things right? Am I going to say that Hashem hates me? I hate the world. I hate everybody? Or I'm going to say everything that I know, everything that I'm perceiving, I'm going to take it, I'm going to throw it away. And I'm going to start again fresh right now. Whatever happened, happened. Like Rabbi Arush always sings, and he always teaches us, Masha haya haya, whatever was. Main thing is to start again. Today, on a special day like today of Rosh Chodesh, we able to get close to Hashem in a new way that we never were before, a new relationship. Yes, whatever happened, maybe even the high holidays where it didn't feel like anything to me. Maybe okay, another thing, another holiday, another time to sit down to eat, another lost opportunity. Could be. But you know what? Put it aside. Today's a perfect day to do that. Any day, any second. Rabbi Nachman of Breslev used to start over many, many times. Why? Because this is the way of the tzaddikim. Yes, we have to start again. Of course, there's a accounting for my actions and my thoughts and my speech. And a person has to have something called a sha'at podedut, and to talk to Hashem and to say, I messed up here, I messed up there. But through your day-to-day life, you have to just take everything you know about yourself, about others, about your spouse, about your children, and throw it away. All things that you thought you knew, put it away. Throw it to the ground. Yes, it's true. It's emet. Take the emet and throw it out. start again and find the emet right now that you started over again, and you will find that Hashem loves you and He's smiling at you, and there's things that are going good for you, and you did accomplish something, and you're not a piece of nothing. Hashem loves you and He believes in you. So that's the lesson of this season, this time of year, that we're starting the Torah again. We finish the Torah with emet, with truth. The truth is that we can never fully explain it, but you'll feel it, and you'll start to feel it when you say, okay, fine, I'm starting over again. Everything I know about myself, I'm throwing away. Everything I know about my spouse, about my children, about how I feel about Hashem, my relationship with Hashem, I'm taking it and putting it to the side. Just like Moshe Rabbeinu taught us, just like the Tzaddikim do, just like Hashem does. He takes emet and He throws it away. And what? He created us, and He loves us because He wants us, and we're important to Him. So that was just a idea I thought I would share with you. This is Rabbi Arush taught us this, and I thought we would speak about it today. If we should just make a small little start on the story. I know that we're in the middle of a story, and I don't know if they put up the classes or they didn't put up the classes, but we're in the middle of a story here. Story number 10, the burgher and the pauper. The burgher is a middle class type of merchant, and a pauper is someone that didn't have any money. And they both had something in common, and they didn't have children. What happened is that the wife of the pauper got kidnapped, and the burgher went and found her, and she promised her good fortune to him. She said, I'm not going to hold anything back from him. And what happened was, they came home with the pauper's wife and returned her to the pauper. The joy was tremendous. The burgher was rewarded for this, as well for resisting temptation with her. He was granted a special providence by God, and that year he had a son. Because he was tested. He had her, and He took her out of the clutches of an evil person. This was a general. A general took her. And now also her, the pauper's wife, had also resisted temptation, both with the general and with the burgher. As a result, she was worthy, and she gave birth to a daughter. We'll stop here for today. May Hashem help us to continue and to jump right in and to continue to be able to learn together and speak together and listen to Rabbi Nachman's stories, which has the power to wake us up from our sleep and to help us to get through our day-to-day life, giving us lessons and insights and good ideas how to serve Hashem. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.